44 seconds left for the defensive side. It looks like Tropic might be able to hold this first point.
If Tropic, I mean, this is going to be very, very difficult. I don't really know what Tropic are going to be able to do here. Melty are just holding very strong. Cabal still, by the way, on Symmetra. We always see Cabal for Melty playing Lucio. So it's really nice to see him, specifically on this point, play a different hero, even though it is still that support function. Right, we have basically the final push now, and Flippy coming in with Graviton Surge to try and finish things off. Design goes down. There's Rocket Barrage. Oh my goodness. Bo takes out one person. He gets taken down as well. Only 2 people alive at the moment for Melty. They might be able to do this. Tropic Gaming pushing forward with absolutely everything they've got. The payload has 4 people on top of it. Where's the rest of Melty coming in? Are they going to try and contest this point? It looks like they are falling back. And finally, at the last gas, Jake, they managed to do it.
All right, so the overtime was enough. The big push was there. They had a huge res with the follow-up there immediately for the sound barrier of Lucio. It secures them the point, but they've only got 3 minutes to secure this next point. And if it takes them anywhere near as long as it did for that initial, point A to be captured, this is not going to go well.
No, that's a really good point, actually. There's so much damage that was done by basically delaying so long. You don't have time to experiment around with compositions, right, to see what works. You have to do something that works, and you have to trust it'll do it now. And Melty are coming out trying their best to dissuade anyone from ever getting near the payload again. They're being very, very aggressive with this defense, and so far, Tropic haven't been able to punish them for it.
Yeah, it's almost like they're being over-aggressive with the combo of Nuki and then Design. They keep going way too far forward and getting nothing done. They've lost 3 people while they left the payload kind of exposed, and, obviously that push was just thwarted immediately.
No, that's a really good point. They need to not do that, because at the end of the day, it takes a while to walk back as well, and they can't go ahead and leave the rest of the team. Nico managing to kill off Nuki and Design as well with Deadeye. Oh my god, getting KYB just for good measure. And once again, that's a reset. And with 1:45 left, Jake, this is... Oh, Jesus, Nico's on Rampage.
Yeah, he is, and, Moon had that beautiful charge, just pinning, I forget which player it was, into the wall. Like, everything about this team right now, Melty is just looking very, very dominant in their defense. Only, like you said, 1 minute and a half remaining. The heroics are mostly ready. We almost have the Rocket Barrage there for Design, so that'll give them 4 out of 6. We'll see if they can synergize them well here for this push.
Alright, and I'm looking at Flippy now. I want to see if we're going to be getting a Death Blossom onto the payload. He's looking for it. There it is. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Flippy was waiting for that. We could see it coming, and come it did. Board is dead with an ultimate available. Cabal is about to get Sound Barrier up as well, so they're going to have an awful lot of sustain for this last push. What ultimates have we got, though, Jake, on the side of Tropics? Is there any way for them to push through this now?
Yeah, I don't know. They just spent the visor for the aimbot for Soldier, basically trying to do a big flank. But the problem being is Asatari wasn't quite in position for that when they went in for the push. So he actually ended up popping his ultimate a little bit late and getting absolute 0 value out of that. Without those ultimate abilities, I mean, sure, they have Rocket Barrage available just now. That's their only option here.
Oh, and man, I don't really know how that's going to go. It's just so difficult when you have so many ultimates available on the defending team there. Nico trying to go with Deadeye, not actually managing to get anyone. Board, though, has Rocket Barrage to potentially push people off the point. He doesn't have to use it yet, but it's in the bag if he wants it. Oh, no, Nuki going down with the res available on Mercy is more or less going to be it. 10 seconds remaining, and there is nobody within sight of the payload right now. We have to rush in, and we have to do it right now. Without Mercy support, are they going to be able to do it?
All right, Design is going to end up falling here very early in this fight. The overtime has been initiated. Can they get the point again with overtime once more? Does not look like it. We see both the Pharaohs falling early in this battle on either side. Reinhardt's dueling in the mid, but a big res on the side of Tropic, immediately losing them to the huge Death Blossom of Flippy.
Oh, and Fission trying to get in and do it. He uses his ultimate as well to get a little bit closer, but he's not able to. And as a result, Melty are going to be able to successfully hold on the second point here on Dorado.
Yeah, apologies for having the names a little bit backwards there. I looked at the overlay and it juked me hard. It really did. But, seriously, like, that was just a really, really great defense by Melty throughout that game. Like, everything they did using that Lucio speed boost to enable the high noon.
Oh, man.
I love it, man.
That was beautiful, and we managed to catch a tail end of that as well in the mainstream when we got KYB in. So, very, very well played half there from Melty. Now, guys, I know there's been a little bit of lag on the stream. We're going to stick with this until we've actually got the end of the first map, and then I will restart the stream, because it looks like it might be a server-side issue.
Oh, okay. Just kill your webcam on Skype. That might help. You never know. Just for trying out one thing, because I don't necessarily need to see that. We'll see if that helps.
Give that a go. I think it might be server side, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm totally happy to give that a try. So we're gonna go ahead and let me see.
So I mean, really, Melty just needs to get that second point and they win.
That is more or less it.
I mean, it's stopwatch, but I didn't actually check the exact time or our distance, I guess. But you know, really, they just need to get that point, and that'll be GG.
Yeah, because otherwise it becomes like a stopwatch for the time they took the first point.
Right.
If neither of them fail to make the second, and
Which
admittedly,
went to overtime already. So
yeah, I haven't actually checked that either. But we'll be keeping. Well, I'll be keeping an eye, and if it looks like that's going to be likely, I can quickly zoom back and double check.
Yeah, that probably would be the ruling here in this situation, just because it did go to overtime. So if they managed to capture the point anytime before that,
it's possible for me to double check. It would take me, you know, maybe 20, 30 seconds to do it, but I can.
Oh,
it's all good. I have a stopwatch next to me going for this half as well.
Well, of course, this time we have Melty on the offense, and Tropic doing their best to defend. Compositionally, we have a Junkrat in defense right now, which is
KYB is so
cool.
sneaky. We had both mines for the Junkrat snuck right outside the door, and he's basically going to let them go as soon as anyone walks through and gets trapped. Yeah. Very, very sneaky stuff from Junkrat.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm actually pretty darn certain that there is no single hero limit, though, so it's actually quite...
No, not in this game. There isn't. The teams have been training with single hero limit basically because for quite a while now, the teams are expecting a single hero limit to be introduced. So for
interesting.
So for that reason, they're getting ready. But
it's based on like what Blizzard has, publicly stated. They don't seem too interested in that.
No, not at the moment. The teams are getting ready for it though, and they've been training with it as well. Design is actually on Roadhog. KYB is on a defensive Junkrat. So a lot of cool hero choices here. Design's actually moving back. He's nowhere close to the payload at the moment. So he's going to be a surprise hook by the looks of things as KYB gets the heck out of dodge very, very quickly indeed. And oh, never mind. Flippy actually gets him on Hanzo. He is all over the place as far as Melty are concerned, trying to get a couple of picks off and killing off the sentry turrets as well.
Now, Flippy ends up falling to Esatari there, though, but we actually have a very, very deep Genji in the back trying to disrupt the defense here on the side of Tropic. But Melty, they're keeping the pressure on. That payload has already made it up in here to the courtyard.
Oh, wow, and actually managing to kill off 2 people, now potentially 3 with the Genji as well. A lot of Soldier 76s would be reasonably comfortable in close quarters combat against Genji, especially with the healing.
Is that a hit?
No, because they've both teams captured the first point, so they still have to capture the second.
Right, that's
but they have a very, very long time.
I mean, look at the time. There's 7 minutes left on the clock at this point. That was a very, very fast and convincing push. Here on the side of Melty, and they're not stopping. They're going deep with both Genji and Winston actually just dismantling like pretty much the entire team of Tropic.
This is really, really strong from Nico, by the way. He is just Genjiing it up. Gasm goes down as well. This is very, very difficult for them to defend. I mean, we've got KYB with an ultimate, but at the end of the day, Riptire alone is not going to prevent Melty from taking the second point. We need to see a little bit more. Ace Tari, though, he has got Tactical Visor potentially available very soon. And maybe that will actually turn their fortunes around. They need a full hold, need a strong full hold right now. And even then, that's 6 minutes away. Look how close the payload is already.
Yeah, it's very close. All right, Winston has popped his bubble. That's going to be a cooldown, but he's now using his ultimate. We do still have that the ultimate ready for Asatari on Soldier 76 for the defense. He's getting the heals right now. They're going to need the clutch ultimate there for the Soldier.
All right, and here we have the ultimate basically has to get used in the next 3 or 4 seconds because the payload's getting so close.
Oh, my goodness. It's not looking good. Farah's raining from above.
Oh, my God.
That's their primary defense, and the payload makes it to the second point.
That's it. Payload has made it to the second point, and as a result, it is GG. So that's going to make it a 1-0 at the moment in favor of Melty. We're going to go ahead and pop back into the lobby. Let's do that. And let's get our...
That was convincing.
Yeah, let's get our beautiful mugs up just for a second. Melty currently leading 1-0. Now, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a very brief break. I'm going to restart the stream. I'm going to pick a different server, because it looks like one of the servers we're broadcasting to, not streaming related, I don't think. It could be something at my end, I suspect, is giving me just a little bit of trouble. So we'll be back in quite literally 1 minute. because when those flanks happen and teams manage to pull it off, they look like geniuses. There's no real middle ground, is there?
I think the biggest difference was just more on the way that the defense reacted, right? Because when the Genji was going deep, he was picking off people that were secluded one at a time. But when Melty was on defense, they were clustered. They were 4 or 5. So when Pharah flew in, all they did was just kind of spread out so they wouldn't get hit by the splash of the rockets, and quickly picked her off, quickly followed up with the Mercy, and that was it.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But they need to really... they need to take those lessons away from game number 1 and apply them to game number 2, though, for them to have any chance here. We've also just had a question, is this one hero limit? So, finally, people are blinking, and it looks like, I don't know, it looks like... Who was it that asked that? Let me just double-check.
It was Fission.
Yeah, okay.
It was Fission on
So,
on
Tropic are thinking, and it means that we've got a double Soldier 76 coming in from Tropic at this point. Okay. So, you know, still...
Interesting that they would choose 76 as their hero to double up on. Now, I know we're seeing a lot less Widow since the nerfs, and we're seing...
Well, it's a McCree, isn't it?
Primarily. Yeah, McCree's also, you know, seeing a little bit less play just because you can't insta-kill, but he's still a great hero. It's odd to see 76 rising up as much as we are right here, and we actually have double Winston, double Genji.
Oh, man. This is going to be so fun. So fun. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. So, Flippy and Moon are both on Winston at the moment. Nico is currently on Genji, but we have had board switch off onto Pharah. So, no Widowmakers, guys. I'm going to go ahead and follow... who am I going to follow? I'm going to follow Flippy. I'm going to see where the engage for this takes on. Now, this is Route 66, and it looks like the defending team is giving the attacking team a little bit of breathing room because they just need a little bit more distance to go ahead and respawn if they actually get killed early on. It's not often useful to be stuck out in the open and be fighting them all the way at their spawn if it takes you more than 30 seconds to get there in the first place. And wow, that's a really quick engagement.
They get Ace Atari really, really quickly, and actually the chase continues onto Mercy, who's in a bit of a vulnerable position here, and should end up falling to Flippy here on Winston, trying to get the kill, just can't get it. Roadhog gets the hook, but Nuki's going to end up falling, actually.
Oh dear, and maybe hooking Winston wasn't the best idea in the world, because at the end of the day, you hook him, and then you go, well, yeah, I'm here, now what? And he's in a little bit of trouble at the moment, unfortunately. Let's take a look at Genji as well, because he's about to go down. Never mind, D-Gun is going to try and help out his teammate. Melty, at the moment, doing a tremendous job, but is it going to be enough to push all the way through to the end of the map? Ooh, and Moon gets a little bit stuck there, unfortunately, on Winston.
Yeah, that was definitely a great start here to the map. I mean, getting the first point very, very quickly, just waiting for the gates to open. And we've already got, you know, the res ready here for the offensive side. We've also got the res on the defensive side. So we'll see how crucial those can be in this next fight.
And Ace Tari has actually switched on to Widowmaker, so this is interesting because it's basically the first time we've seen nerfed Widowmaker out. Doing 100 up to 120, no longer 150 body damage now, by the way, on Widow, but of course headshot still incredibly deadly. Oh, and hang on a second, we have Sushi Blade coming in, and Nico is looking to go ahead and cook us some starters.
Yeah, he's doing his best with that sword, but he's lost it now. Just going to throw some nice shurikens there as he actually forces out the ultimate ability of Roadhog. That ultimate's going to get very little done. It almost felt like desperation.
Yeah, it really was, and he was actually in danger of dying himself, unfortunately, because the ultimate was getting reflected. Oh, Design managing at least to take somebody out there, but that's because Flippy was trying to get in behind. And
offensive res trying to keep the push going, but Flippy dies right after that, so it's a bit unlucky in that situation. But Nico actually going up onto the roof, trying to contest the soldier, who's actually proven to be quite the problem here for Melty.
Yeah, it's interesting because the second soldier of Ace Tari has actually switched off onto Widowmaker, and we've actually had a reasonable amount of success at the moment. But that said, as soon as I said that, I cast a curse to Nico, managed to come and take her out as Genji. Oh, and there is the offensive sound barrier now. So everyone is trying to go in and do as much DPS as possible. Here comes another Nico ultimate. We were waiting for this one. Chasing the guys all the way back. Tropic at the moment falling all the way back into their main base. Managing to take out Genji at least. But they, as a result, get to the second checkpoint. And Melty are within sniffing distance of complete.
Holding the gates. Flippy will be responding in just a moment. and they'll have that siege that they want.
The divas have started, man. There are now 3 divas in this composition. This is quite early to be starting this sort of thing. Is this really my reality? All right, let's see how much hero stacking can actually prevent the offensive team from working right now. The divas working together, basically staggering their defensive matrix to kill off as many as possible. And right now, I have to say, they're actually showing some promise. It's basically a team wipe on the part of Melty. They were not expecting this.
Yeah, I mean, showing their card at the last moment here in desperation. So far, so good. One of the divas is reduced to her pilot form. But that just gives her more damage. They still have those defense matrices to defend all of this. But now we have a Reaper in the mix. Nico getting off the Genji, realizing the threat there of the divas, and actually double Reaper when you throw Clippy in there as well. Triple? No, just double. Okay.
Just double. Oh, and that's a die. Unfortunately, it was a die into a defensive matrix. That was actually really well executed. And that's a good example of where D.Va can actually make all of the difference. So I'm actually looking at Trace. I want to check out Board, and I want to see how many people he can actually take out, because he's hunting for Mercy at the moment.
Yeah, and he's going deep into the backlines right now, he's actually doing a lot of damage to the Reinhardt player. Slowly but surely, will be able to get this kill.
Yeah, we're gonna be saving, by the looks of things, the pulse bomb. But as soon as that gets used, oh god, here we go.
And, nice.
Yep, Design and Gasm both going down, and all of a sudden the D.Va stacking is not paying off that much at all. There is the res coming out from Nuki, who instantly goes down, and what an Earth Shatter! Oh dear, Sound Barrier might be too late.
Yeah, oh, very unfortunate. The Sound Barrier was like a few seconds earlier. He might have been able to pull on at this point, but now it's just a desperate Zarya trying to hold on. Will not be able to do it. Asatari does go down, and that is GG from Melty. He's hitting a very quick time.
That is indeed. Nice little bit of team wipe there, I guess, from Tropic at the third point, but unfortunately... oh wow, Bastion playing the game with Cabal, the guy you normally see playing Lucio. Unfortunately, a res was available on the part of Melty, and as a result, that was a nice victory, but it was a very short-lived one.
Man, Bastion always gets playing the game. It's just a lot at this point. He's shrekking through them at the last moments. Well played there by Melty.
5 minutes and 1 second, the time to beat. That could be rather difficult.
Yeah, that's definitely quick. And, you know, if the first map was any indication of what we should be expecting here for Route 66, I'm worried for Tropic.
Yep, so am I. This could get very interesting indeed. They need to not get wiped on the first point. Basically, the first point is... Oh, actually, no, I can't even tell. I feel like the second part of the map... a lot of teams have an easy time getting through it, provided they got through to the first point quickly. It's really the last part. It's the last point of the map where a team can breeze through to it in 4 minutes and then suddenly get stalled for 6. Like, that is really where that kind of thing is possible. But I get the feeling Melty aren't going to wait until the third part of the map. They want to hold it right here, right now.
Yeah, they do. They want to just bring the pain and deny that first cap from ever being in the sights of Tropic Gaming. But Tropic Gaming, they can prove us wrong. We're now on the... They're not on the mindset of single hero limit. We saw some promise when they're doing things like triple diva for defense. Maybe they have something similar for offense.
Well, we have Bastion right versus Bastion at the moment, which would be really fun. Cabal is sticking with Bastion. None of this Lucio support hero stuff. I don't care about that. And he also has, by the way, more or less the coolest skin. He's got the wooden Bastion skin, which I think is super cool.
That's actually the one I use. It's such a nice... There's so many good skins in this game. There really is. And...
so good.
That's I like the Overgrown one too. It's cool, but the wood is just... It's elegant.
Yeah, man. It's like super... I don't know. Not... is vintage the right word? I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're a commentator. Any word is the right word.
Any word is the right word. Words! Mahogany. Mahogany Bastion. Wait, hang on. Actually... No, it's a bit light to me. It's more like pine or look at the detailing on the barrel of the gun. This is delicious. All right, we should probably get going because we actually have a game to cast at this point. But I'm just saying I'm a fan of that skin. All right, that's all I'm saying. Okay.
I wish my furniture was that nice, but the gates are opening on offense.
Oh, can someone please get a Bastion coffee table? I would buy that. I would so buy that.
All right, offensive Widow. Asatari is sitting there, being empowered right now by Nuki. You can see what they can do with that. No double heroes here for either side, actually.
and they've actually seen the Bastion as well. Everyone knows exactly what's going on there. Widow planting the Widow Venom Mine rather on top of the Winston bubble, trying to push Melty back just a bit. Board looking like he's trying to be as annoying as possible, looking for Widow, not able to find him, and he does manage to back out around the corner. So the payload is currently at the first Ben. Flippy still providing a really frustrating level of annoyance, but he does manage to get taken down. The payload getting pushed once again, but this is the part where Melty show up.
Okay, Reaper dropping down right onto the Reinhardt and the Bastion. Bastion just gets absolutely melted, and we see Cabal there, the defensive Bastion. Moving at the last moment, realizing he was in a bit of a risky situation. Reinhardt didn't have the shield available at that moment, so he backs up.
Yeah, and it's you need to be able to move around as a cohesive unit here, because if you look at Ace-Tari, he has the potential, even, you know, Widowmaker nerf or not, he's got the potential to do an incredible amount of damage, but he needs to be behind the right defense. And he's not behind a Reinhardt shield because there isn't actually a Reinhardt available right now. There are only 2 Winstons. And here we go. They're moving back in. But remember, no Reinhardt shield does... Uh-oh. And we have an ultimate coming out from Cabal. But he gets taken out very quickly. No shield from Reinhardt. Is this going to pay off for Tropic Gaming?
Wow. Yeah, I don't know, because Ace-Tari just got completely hunted by Flippy. And Flippy is just kind of going everywhere right now. KYB also popping his ultimate, just slicing in half the defensive Bastion, actually getting another kill there onto the Reinhardt, and it's just our Tracer player on the defense for him.
This is a little bit brutal, I have to say. KYB doing a fantastic job on Genji. He finally goes down. Who else is still there on the part of Tropic? We have Ace-Tari doing his best to do more damage from afar. Excellent shot there with Widowmaker on to Winston, but Board at the moment barely registering a scratch, and Nico going in with a Death Blossom, managing to kill 2 people actually, and most importantly they were the 2 support players in Lucio and Mercy, so that is going to blunt, if not all but end the attack.
Yeah, he's actually on fire from the double kill, and he almost took out a fully ultimated Winston. 97% of that kill goes his way, so that's nice. Even just emoting with a nice little hi.
Yeah, I think that's that potentially could be end of the game here for Tropic, because what they basically have to do to meet that 5-minute target now is they need to get the payload moving, but they need to do it in such a way that they're basically not delayed any longer at all. I don't know how they're going to do that.
I don't know if it's possible at this point. Winston's throwing out that ult of desperation, just trying to dismantle the defense. We do see people getting onto the point, but Nico is just kind of shredding through anyone that goes near the payload.
Cabal using his ultimate to kill off a couple of people, going into turret mode to go ahead and stop Gazim. KYB managing to get the revenge kill on him, but he's currently at 20 health and counting. This isn't particularly good. Rez coming up, though, on the part of Tropic Gaming. They are going to be trying their hardest to take this, and there are, you know, a decent number of them here, but unfortunately without the support players, as Nuki has gone down, and Fission died soon after as well, so you can't just play pure DPS. You need those support players in. D-Gun's there with the Rez. Cabal is coming back slowly but surely. He's not in the fight at the moment, and I feel like Melty are just going to be able to hold this.
Yeah, it's looking that way right now. Honestly, like, what is left on the offensive side? Like, they've got Sound Barrier and they've got Genji's ult. So, you know, a couple ultimates not really going to be enough to break this defense, especially with just that 1 minute remaining, and considering that they have the rest of the map to cover, it's just not possible.
No, this is looking incredibly difficult. I believe now, even if the payload was moving at max speed, I think that we're approaching the point where it's mathematically impossible, but I'm not sure. But surely we have GG's if one more part of the map doesn't get taken in the next 30 seconds. KYB with a double kill to start things off, though, on Genji, so things potentially looking promising for Tropic Gaming here. Unfortunately, though, Nico... well, Nico's going down as well. Actually, they might be able to do this with 30 seconds left to go on this portion of the map, but there's not enough time, surely, for them to complete here, is there?
You know, the double monkey is it's kind of working out for him. We saw Widow get the double kill there in the push as well, just immediately getting the Winston before the fight even started, which was nice. But that Earth Shatter coming out from Moon on the defense, they're going to be able to hold this. The Rez just trying to keep the team on that point as long as possible, but the Rez is ready here from the gun as well.
Oh, Flippy. flippy. Absolute MVP mode engaged there. They're going to be able to hold at this point. If he keeps going, another kill, this time getting KYB. Overtime ticking down. And dear, oh dear, Tracer was everywhere in the last 30 seconds as Melty complete the hold on Route 66 and take a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, really, really well done. Looks like Bod is going to get the play of the game. Oh my goodness, what a great intro.
That's amazing. And what a great outro. Boom!
Just casually zapping fools as he walks by, you know, just normal winter things.
That intro was actually perfect for what the play of the game ended up being. Kurt Thunk.
He's going to go home to his mahogany bastion coffee table and, you know, just enjoy some nice tea.
Alright, and that does mean, of course, that Melty... Oh, hang on. Currently now at 2... I say currently. Wins the best of 3.
Yeah.
2-0, and they're going to be going on to face Envious.
And that's the best of 7.
Envious... Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting indeed. I don't know how this is going to go. Shall I host the lobby, or shall you, mate?
I can do it if you like, but I don't have any of the friends on my friends list, unfortunately.
I will do it, not a problem. And why don't you go ahead and actually fill the guys in and about the sponsors and the Matcherino links while I go ahead and get this set up, because that's particularly important. These guys are providing the prize pool for tonight's matches, and you have a chance to contribute directly to them as well.
Yeah, so obviously this whole event is put on by Creation Esports. King of the Watch is a weekly with a good bit of prize money. I believe it's like $350, $400.
Yeah, no, $300 to start off with, but it could be $350 or $400. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, so just guys, you can go over to Matcherino. Is there a command that we can tell them to plug? Because actually, this is my first time being part of King of the Watch.
No worries. Yes, of course there is. If you go ahead and hop into the chat, every 30 seconds or so, you will actually see the Matcherino link spammed in the chat. And when you see that, you can type, you can go to the Matcherino page and use the code King of the Watch 11, KOTW11. That adds $1 to the prize pool completely for free, which is absolutely fantastic. Or, of course, you can, if you happen to have the cash spare, you can reach into your pockets and give that cash as well directly to the prize pool. It doesn't go to us, it goes straight to the players. So if you fancy contributing, make sure you go ahead using the code King of the Watch 11. But thank you as well to Creation Esports, to Matcherino. Just fantastic set of games, hopefully, coming up with Melty versus Envious. And commiserations and thank you as well to Tropic Gaming, who unfortunately, even though they've lost 2-0, it was great of them to come by and try and get that challenger spot to face off against Envious.
Now, if you guys are not familiar with Matcherino, Matcherino is essentially like the Kickstarter of esports. So they're just enabling basically events like this to exist in a lot of ways. You know, just giving more and more opportunity to all the players. And it's really phenomenal seeing them being so invested in Overwatch already. You know, teaming up with Creation Esports and doing this every week. $300 for a King of the Hill for a game that's this young is awesome. It really is.
Hang on a second, I'm just... And Envious, I don't know who the lobby host is. Or I can make another one. It looks like everyone from Melty is still in the lobby, and Nico has assumed ownership of the game. So I'm going to try and get everyone else invited in here. See if I can do that. So bear with us for just a sec, guys.
Yeah, we're just getting everything sorted. But yeah, while we wait, everyone, this is the time for you to grab your snacks. Maybe you want to go get a drink. Maybe you want to go to Matcherino and take part in the prize pool using the code. So there's a lot of things that you can do to occupy your time. And of course, Envy, they're kind of the Titans. So basically, the situation right now is Melty just earned the opportunity to face Envy in a best of 7. So that means we're going to see at least 4 maps.
Yeah, and I actually straight up don't think it's going to... Well, I hope it's not going to be a straight up 4-0 whitewash, because Envy played so well. They 4-0'd Reunited.